In today's video, we're journeying into the mystical realms of the Secret Doctrine, a deeply influential work by renowned 19th century mystic and visionary Helena Blavatsky. In this introductory passage, Blavatsky unveils hidden truths about the nature of the cosmos, offering a vision of the universe as a vast, eternal cycle of creation and dissolution. She invites us to glimpse the heartbeat of the cosmos, an invisible, divine great breath that brings forth the very fabric of existence with an eternal motion of expansion and contraction. An archaic manuscript, a collection of palm leaves made impermeable to water, fire, and air by some specific and unknown process, is before the writer's eye. On the first page is an immaculate white disc within a dull black ground. On the following page, the same disc, but with a central point. The first, the student knows, represents cosmos in eternity, before the reawakening of still slumbering energy, the emanation of the world in later systems. The point in the hitherto immaculate disc, space and eternity in pralaya, denotes the dawn of differentiation. It is the point in the mundane egg, the germ within it which will become the universe, the all, the boundless, periodical cosmos. A germ which is latent and active, periodically and by turns. The one circle is divine unity, from which all proceeds, whither all returns. Its circumference, a forcibly limited symbol in view of the limitation of the human mind, indicates the abstract, ever incognizable presence, and its plane, the universal soul, although the two are one. Only the face of the disc, being white and the surrounding ground black, clearly shows that its plane is the soul knowledge, dim and hazy though it still is, that is attainable by man. It is on this plane that the manvantaric manifestations begin, for it is in this soul that slumbers during the pralaya, the divine thought, wherein lies concealed the plan of every future cosmogony and theogony. It is the one life eternal, invisible, yet omnipresent, without beginning or end, yet periodical in its regular manifestations, between which periods reigns the dark mystery of non-being. Unconscious, yet absolute consciousness, unrealizable, yet the one self-existing reality, truly a chaos to the sense, a cosmos to the reason. Its one absolute attribute, which is itself eternal ceaseless motion, is called in esoteric parlance the great breath, which is the perpetual motion of the universe, in the sense of limitless, ever-present space. That which is motionless cannot be divine. But then there is nothing in fact and reality absolutely motionless within the universal soul. Leucippus, the instructor of Democritus, maintained that space was eternally filled with atoms actuated by a ceaseless motion, which, in due course of time, as they aggregated, generated rotatory motion through mutual collisions producing lateral movements. Epicurus and Lucretius taught the same doctrine, adding, however, to the lateral motion of the atoms the idea of affinity, an occult teaching. From the beginning of man's inheritance, from the first appearance of the architects of the globe he lives on, the unrevealed deity was recognized and considered under its only philosophical aspect, universal motion, the thrill of the creative breath in nature. Occultism sums up the one existence thus: deity is an arcane, living or moving fire, and the eternal witnesses to this unseen presence are light, heat, moisture, this trinity including, and being the cause of, every phenomenon in nature. Intra-cosmic motion is eternal and ceaseless. Cosmic motion, the visible, or that which is subject to perception, is finite and periodical. As an eternal abstraction, it is the ever-present. As a manifestation, it is finite both in the coming direction and the opposite, the two being the alpha and omega of successive reconstructions. Cosmos, the noumenal, has naught to do with the causal relations of the phenomenal world. It is only with reference to the intracosmic soul, the ideal cosmos in the immutable divine thought, that we may say, it never had a beginning, nor will it have an end. With regard to its body or cosmic organization, though it cannot be said that it had a first, or will ever have a last construction, yet at each new manvantara, its organization may be regarded as the first and the last of its kind, as it evolves every time on a higher plane. A few years ago only, it was stated that the esoteric doctrine, like Buddhism and Brahmanism, and even Kabbalism, teaches that the one infinite and unknown essence exists from all eternity, and in regular and harmonious successions is either passive or active. In the poetical phraseology of Manu, these conditions are called the days and the nights of Brahma. The latter is either awake or asleep. The Svabhavikas, or philosophers of the oldest school of Buddhism, which still exists in Nepal, speculate only upon the active condition of this essence, which they call Svabhavat, and deem it foolish to theorize upon the abstract and unknowable power in its passive condition. Hence, they are called atheists by both Christian theologians and modern scientists, for neither of the two are able to understand the profound logic of their philosophy. The former will allow of no other God than the personified secondary powers which have worked out the visible universe, and which becomes with them the anthropomorphic God of the Christians, the male Jehovah, roaring amid thunder and lightning. In its turn, rationalistic science greets the Buddhists and the Svabhavikas as the positivists of the archaic ages. If we take a one-sided view of the philosophy of the latter, our materialists may be right in their own way. The Buddhists maintain that there is no creator, but an infinitude of creative powers, which collectively form the one eternal substance, the essence of which is inscrutable. Hence, not a subject for speculation for any true philosopher. Socrates invariably refused to argue upon the mystery of universal being, yet no one would ever have thought of charging him with atheism, except those who were bent upon his destruction. Upon inaugurating an active period, says the Secret Doctrine, an expansion of this divine essence from without inwardly and from within outwardly occurs in obedience to eternal and immutable law, and the phenomenal or visible universe is the ultimate result of the long chain of cosmical forces thus progressively set in motion. In like manner, when the passive condition is resumed, a contraction of the divine essence takes place, and the previous work of creation is gradually and progressively undone. The visible universe becomes disintegrated, its material dispersed, and darkness, solitary and alone, broods once more over the face of the deep. To use a metaphor from the secret books, which will convey the idea still more clearly, an outbreathing of the unknown essence produces the world, and an inhalation causes it to disappear. This process has been going on from all eternity, and our present universe is but one of an infinite series, which had no beginning and will have no end. Thank you for joining us on this mystical journey through the Secret Doctrine. If you found this exploration of cosmic energy and the divine forces shaping the universe intriguing, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you want to dive deeper into the mysteries of existence, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Until next time, may the great breath of the cosmos guide your path.